Most videos tell you cloudy water is a problem. What almost nobody explains is that the real danger usually starts after the water looks clear. If your brand new aquarium looks like milk right now, relax. You didn't mess up. You just started a biological clock most beginners don't even know exists. And today, we're not talking about quick fixes, we're talking about time. How long cloudy water actually lasts, what's normal, what's not, and the exact moment when you should stop waiting and start worrying. Stay with me because the last part explains why some tanks crash days after everything looks perfect. Before we go any further, this is one of those videos new tank owners always wish they had saved earlier. So if you're setting up your first aquarium, hit subscribe now. Not because every video fixes a problem, but because most aquarium problems don't show up immediately. They show up later. Now, let's slow this down. When a new aquarium turns cloudy, panic feels automatic. More water changes, more cleaning, more gear, because cloudy feels like failure. But cloudy water in a new tank is almost never dirt. It's biology. What you're seeing is a bacterial bloom. Fast-growing bacteria multiplying in open water before stable colonies form on surfaces. Freshwater microbial studies show that in newly established tanks, heterotrophic bacteria explode in the water column first and only later settle into biofilms on filter media, gravel, and glass. Translation: your tank is building its immune system in real time. And this is where most beginners fall into the trap. The beginner trap. Thinking cloudy water means something is wrong. Most beginners assume cloudy water means the setup failed, so they try to fix it. But cloudy water doesn't mean failure. It means the system is unfinished. And reacting too early often resets the clock instead of fixing the problem. Let's walk through the real timeline. Phase 1. The shock phase. This is when the tank looks the worst. Milky, hazy, sometimes borderline alarming. At this stage, cloudy water by itself is normal. Fish aren't in danger yet. Bacteria are multiplying faster than your filter can trap them. This is where overcleaning causes damage. Water changes feel responsible. Filter cleaning feels productive. But disturbing the system here often stretches a 3-day bloom into a 3-week cycle. The mistake isn't doing nothing, it's doing something at the wrong moment. If this already sounds familiar, tap like for a second. It helps more beginners see calm explanations instead of panic fixes. Phase 2. The illusion phase. This phase fools people. The water starts to clear, sometimes completely. Confidence replaces patience, but clarity does not mean stability. What's happening now is invisible. Bacteria are leaving the water and attaching to surfaces. Filter media, substrate, decor. This is the most fragile stage of the entire setup. Cleaning the filter now removes colonies that were about to stabilize the tank. Large water changes here often bring the cloudiness right back. This is the part most tutorials skip, and this is exactly why some tanks crash right after owners finally relax. Phase 3. The make or break window. This is where new tanks choose a path. Left mostly alone, the system stabilizes. Biofilms mature. Waste processing evens out. Fish behavior calms. Interfered with constantly, the tank enters a loop. Clear, cloudy again, clear again. Then one day, fish start acting strange. People say everything was fine, until it wasn't. It wasn't sudden, it was delayed. Most tanks don't collapse suddenly, they quietly reset themselves over and over again. When should you actually worry? Cloudy water alone is rarely the emergency. You should worry when cloudiness comes with behavior changes, fish gasping at the surface, lethargy, a sour or rotten smell, cloudiness that clears overnight followed by stressed fish the next day. Those signs point to oxygen stress or ammonia pressure. Not a harmless bloom, cloudy water isn't the warning. Behavior is. New tank question. When should you add fish? Not when the water looks clear. Fish should be added when the system shows behavioral stability, not visual clarity. Consistent temperature, no repeating haze cycles, filter running without constant cleaning. The first fish should always be hardy, low bioload species, not because they're expendable, but because they tolerate micro instability better while biology catches up. Many beginner videos compress weeks of biology into a checklist. Nature doesn't work on checklists. Myth busting, the 3 myths that confuse new tanks. Myth 1, cloudy water means the tank is dirty. Cloudy looks bad, so the brain jumps to dirty. But in new tanks, cloudiness usually means bacteria multiplying in open water, not waste building up. Nothing is established yet. No stable biofilm, no competition. So bacteria bloom freely, the water turns hazy, and it looks like failure. Cloudy doesn't mean dirty, it means unfinished. And here's the part most beginners don't realize until it's too late. What looks like dirt here is actually the tank trying to protect itself. Myth 2. Water changes always help cloudy water. This one sounds responsible, but early bacterial blooms don't behave like dirty water problems. They behave like population booms. Every unnecessary water change adds fresh oxygen and nutrients, which can feed the bloom instead of stopping it. That's why so many beginners say, I changed the water, and it came back even cloudier. This is why the cloudiness doesn't come back, it never actually left. Myth 3. Clear water means the tank is safe. Clear water feels like relief, but clarity has nothing to do with biological stability. In many new tanks, the water clears before bacteria fully settle on surfaces. So the tank looks perfect while the foundation is still shaky. Clear water can hide instability, and that false sense of safety is where many new tanks fall apart later. The 3 truths that actually matter. Truth 1. Biology runs on time, not effort. You can't scrub maturity into a system. More cleaning doesn't make bacteria grow faster. Biology moves in stages, and every time you rush one stage, you delay the next. The tanks that stabilize fastest aren't the ones worked on the hardest, they're the ones disturbed the least at the right moments. Truth 2. Most beginner crashes come from interruption, not neglect. Most tanks don't fail because they were ignored. They fail because recovery was interrupted. Cleaning too early, adjusting routines too often, fixing things that weren't broken yet. From the outside, it looks like effort. From the inside, it looks like instability. This one habit explains why the same problem keeps coming back in perfect-looking tanks. Truth 3. Stability protects fish more than clarity ever will. Fish don't care how the tank looks, they care how predictable it feels. Stable temperature, stable oxygen, stable waste processing. A slightly cloudy tank with consistent routines is safer than a crystal clear tank that keeps changing. Clarity is cosmetic. Stability is survival. Once you understand this, you stop chasing clear water and start building tanks that last. If you've watched our Stop series, this fits right into it. The habit isn't cloudy water, The habit is reacting too early. If this explanation finally made things click, subscribe. We build tanks that last, not tanks that just look good for a week. Drop a comment below. How long did your first tank stay cloudy? Most of us didn't break our aquariums. We just didn't give them enough time to finish becoming one. Until next time, keep your tanks balanced, your glass spotless, and your curiosity flowing.